All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Stock Analysis Friday. This is the place where you can come basically and give me a stock or an ETF, and I'll be glad to look it up for you and give you the analysis on it using price structure and the applied reality trading software that we use and have been using for over 25 years now. So quite a while. And let me see, anything else I can give you an update on? Also, too, we have a live day trading room. So if you're into day trading, that's a great place to learn. And we basically trade the NASDAQ and the S&P on short time frames. And we meet every Tuesday and Thursday for 2 hours. So if you can fit us in, I think it's a great service and very inexpensive for the training you get there. All right, so let me go through some quick administrational items, so to speak, here. And the first thing I have to go over are the risks involved in trading. There are risks in trading the financial markets. Nothing's guaranteed. We work in a realm of probabilities, which means that no matter how good our strategy is, we're not going to win all the time. That's what probabilities are all about. So you have to use risk control on each and every trade. You have to trade with money you can afford to risk, called risk capital. And that's really important. Also, too, when I give you an opinion today on a stock that you may be interested in my opinion for, also run that by your financial advisor, because I don't know your personal situation. So if I give you an opinion, it may or may not be suitable for you based on your situation. So always run those by your financial advisor or whoever manages your money. And then finally, past performance doesn't guarantee future performance, right? So I think we all know that. All right, if you need help in the risk control area, all right, I have some really good books on risk control. They're money management, called Money Management for Traders in a Trader's Money Management System, all available on Amazon. We'll put a link up there. We'll put also a link in the recording for this. Gene, if you have a link available, you can post it. If not, we'll have it in the link under the actual presentation for the recording. All right, so my newest book, The Art of Trading, covers everything. All right, that came out in January. It's 608 pages, published by Wiley. And I think it is to date the most comprehensive book on trading out there. And so we cover risk control in that book as well, but we also cover trading techniques. There's some price action in there and so forth. And since I'm talking a little bit about price action here, we have a new course coming out. It's going to be an online course on price action and how to use price action with your current trading approach or system. You can never have too much price action. Price action will only aid you in your trading. It will increase your edge. And also, it's a great way to filter out signals that may or may not be as high probability without the price action confirmation. That course will be out in November, and we're going to send you an email out with all the bullet points on it, but it's going to be a comprehensive, yet really kind of a course that you can put to action right away. You know, a lot of courses out there, especially when it comes to price action, you know, they're so detailed and long, you can never get through it all in a short period of time, or a reasonable period of time, I should say. Our course is going to be a little different, okay? Our course is going to cut through the BS and give you what you need to know to apply it right away. So keep an eye out on that email. If you're not on our email list, go to traderscoach.com and join the list. All right, now software. Our software now is being used in over 85 countries worldwide. It is being used by hedge funds and also private investors. It is phenomenal software. It's the ART software, the OWL, PTF, TLM, and ERI software. You can use it for trend trading. You can use it for scalping. We also have scanners to uncover stock opportunities as well, or whatever you want to plug into the scanner. It will come back and show you not only certain ART signals, but also Elliott wave and also the trade confirmer as well. And then you have to have risk control software to round out the package. And so we have that available too. And then one more thing, give us a like, all right? Do it right now. It helps the channel out. And then also don't forget about the MOR report. You know, every week I do a comprehensive report on the markets. And the markets are getting to a critical area now. So you really need this more than ever before. It's inexpensive. Gene will put a link up there for you. You can also navigate to our website. We'll put the link below. I just wanted to bring this over. Here's an example of what we publish every Sunday in addition to a video. So I'm just going to scroll through this really quickly, but we give you a lot of information in this report. And I'm going to scroll down as well to the charts that we cover, the Dow, all right, weekly, long-term, monthly, NASDAQ, S&P 500, Bitcoin, both GBTC and BTC. And don't forget, we put target zones on all that stuff too. Real estate, all right, mortgages for the current month, Wall Street upgrades and downgrades. And then we have our stock list here of all our stock picks. Very comprehensive report. And we'll put a link up there. I think Gene will just put a link up to it as well. All right, so I just want to cover that before we get going today. And one thing I wanted to mention as well is I've been looking at Coinbase here, and it pulled back a little bit to give us an opportunity to get in here. So I'm thinking here, all right, I'm not ready to recommend it yet, okay, in terms of to the group here. I think we got a little bit more of a pullback into this fair value area that's on the weekly chart. We have an order block on the daily chart marked in gray as well. Let me just bring up my pointer here for 1 second so I can actually highlight stuff. Okay, so here's the fair value gap here on the weekly chart. This is the weekly, this is the daily, and here's the order block down here. All right, if you don't know what those are, then you'll need my course, okay? Because the course is going to explain how to draw those, how to look for them, which ones are the better ones, and so forth. So that's important. So we're going to wait. Now, one of the key things about Coinbase that caught my attention is check this out. Our indicator called the PTF, which has a 75% accuracy rate here, is indicating more highs are on the horizon. So when I see a setup like that and a nice pullback to get a nice price, I don't like to buy up here, okay? I like to wait until I can get a deal down here. And so that's where we are now. Now I'm just waiting for the price to turn from a downtrend to an uptrend. But we're going to keep an eye on that for you. This will probably eventually go on one of our buy lists for the MOR. And if you subscribe to the MOR, you won't miss it, okay? That type of thing. All right, let me now go in and see what's cooking out there with you guys. All right, Ed, how are you? All right, so Ed, let's see. Potential buy longs. He wants me to take a look at PDYN. PDYN. Let's take a look and see what we got. PDYN. All right. So we'll take a look here. I don't know what happened to your, there it is. Okay, put you back up there. All right, so let's see what we got. All right, well, right away, I'm taking a look at right away at the PTFs. They're both green, right? So I know you have the software. So there you have it. We had a nice pyramid trading point entry back in here. All right. These little pyramid trading points basically look like triangles. And what they're doing is they're mapping a pattern on the chart, fractal pattern, along with momentum. The part of the equation you can't see when this thing forms is the plotting of momentum. So that's something that goes on. So not every pullback and thrust forward is going to generate a pyramid, right? Because the momentum may not be there. But in this case, it was. So it gave you a nice entry and a pop there. We had a pop here, okay? And now just take a look at price structure here. All right, so it looks like we had an order block down in here. And isn't it amazing how prices, you wonder, well, why does price stop here? Well, because there's an order block right here. All right, this is where price action can help you. All right, then we had a pullback here and a soft spot there. And probably if we go over here, we'll see an ABC type of situation. And we have another order block down in there. Okay, so this looks pretty good, Ed. I agree. The only thing about this is that we have a red owl here. Okay, we may get a little bit of a pullback because we have some additional on the move up recently. We have a fair value gap here, and it may want to revisit that before going back up. Okay, so do I like it for a long position? Absolutely. I'd be interested to see how this ends this week because of the fact, somebody's always calling me. All right, so the thing I want to wait and see is how this ends. Are we going to get a bearish price bar today or a bullish one? And so that's kind of a unique situation here, because if we have a bearish one, then we're probably going to pull back more. If we have a bullish one, then we'll have a bull flag here. All right, so we're going to have to hold off on that. So let's put this down as a potential, because I like it. Let's see how the price bar closes today. So basically, when we talk about a bull flag, we usually have more than 1 or 2 price bars. It's usually more like 3 to 5. But basically, what you kind of probably are going to want to do is something like that. And if we break out to the upside, then you want to go ahead and go long. But I think maybe this will pull back even a little further and you get a better price. So let's take a look at it next week. You keep an eye on it because you have the software and you're in good shape there. All right, let's keep going. RKLB. RKLB. Let's see what we got cooking on this. Okay, so from a weekly standpoint, we're already up in the stratosphere. Okay, are we going higher? Well, now we have yellow PTFs, so that takes that edge off the table. I would wait on this one. I think probably a pullback is in order here. And let's just see here. We got bearish divergence here. Okay, so that's one thing to see. We're still in wave 3, so we're probably going to go in a wave 4 on this time frame. And that will be not probably a major wave 4 on the weekly. So I would say after this pulls back, let's see what it does at this point. They may take equity out there. Again, bring this one back next week, okay? That's a watch list one. TSSI, let's take a look at that one. All right, so green PTFs on both time frames. We had the pullback. I like that. We've had a pyramid here, so I'm liking that. So on this here, let's just see. We had a big A, B, C. So that high here, okay, was not exceeded. And there's your ABC. So this is a go, okay? So let's put this one down, TSSI, as a buy, all right? Red PTF here, but I kind of think we're moving up on its final leg up on this one over here. So I think we're pretty good. Notice how it stopped right at this structure here. That's a good sign. We do have a bearish price bar for the week here, all right? But at this particular point, I think you're okay. All right. So I think this is a good one here based on the daily chart. So I like that one. So TSSI out of your list of 3 is the buy. Okay. Thank you. All right. Head is back. Boy, head's busy. All right. Potential buy APLD. APLD. Let's see what we got cooking here. All right. So this one here, green PTF here, but pulling back. So let's take a look at this one next week, okay? We may come down to this structure or go a little further, and that's a very bearish price bar on the weekly chart if it closes here, okay, like that. That's a divergence bar. And if we put the candlesticks up, you'll see a large wick on that weekly chart, okay? So that's a no-go on that one. Amazon, let's see about this one. You're up 27% on Amazon. It is pulling back right now. Red PTF, possible double top. Well, it's in a downtrend, okay, for sure. Where is it going to stop is the next question. All right, well, we got a little bit of structure down here. I don't like the red PTF, so that's calling for more lows there. I'm thinking here I would dump it, okay, at this point. So that one is take your profit on that one. And if you're interested in getting back in, get back in after the correction is finished on this one. It may not be major, but if you're a short-term trader, you take profits. All right. Also, too, if you drew a trend line like this, okay, you'd be out. All right. Let's take a look at ASML. And you're up 41%, okay, all long. All right, so this one, we have now a green PTF. So at least this one, you're not in a pullback, okay? So this one is actually really good. So you got a pyramid trading point entry. You'll probably, this PTF here is basically saying you'll breach this high eventually. So that type of thing. You've got a really big move up. Okay. I've been trading now for over 33 years. And I can tell you that when you get a big move up like this, it's usually followed by a significant pullback at some point. I think you've got one more leg up. So I wouldn't get out now. I'd hold it. But on the next leg up, if you see it reversing, I'd take some profits off the table. Okay. If you get a pullback instead now and it fills this gap, continue to hold it. All right. So this one you can hold. All right. Let's see. Oh, Gene, you actually put Gene put a link up to the Amazon page. Cool. Thank you. Alexander, good morning to you. Oh boy, Gene, you're busy. The link for the MOR report. Love it. Okay. Yes, that is correct. All right, Stuart, how are you, Stuart? All right, SNOW. Let's take a look here. And you are currently long on this one. We have looked at this, I think, quite a bit before, but not really super recently. So good. I'm glad we're looking at it now. All right, so you are long. We got green PTF indicating probably another high. We're probably going to fill this gap, Stuart, right here before we go up again. We did take equity out here. So that always concerns me and usually indicates a short trade can be taken, especially if these bearish price bars get taken out. So, you know, basically when you have a equity taken, check, you have a bearish consolidation. If you move below here, that's bearish. If you take out the bull flag, that's bullish. Okay. And that's exactly the kinds of things you're going to learn in my course coming out. All right. And I'll go into more detail on other setups as well, because there's quite a few. So I think at this particular point, I don't think if you have a major sell-off, it's probably going to come down and take this equity out here. But at this particular point, I guess I'd put a stop here to get out and maybe a stop on to get back in terms of maybe adding on to your position if you want to, if you get a break above on a bull flag. Okay. So I think you're okay to hold that for now. We'll take a look at it next week for sure. All right. Anything else? Okay. Let me just see. We have Oracle coming in. Okay. So Oracle, let's take a look at Oracle. ORCL, potential buy. All right. Oracle, even though it's going higher, again, it's not my flavor to buy in on a super high point in the market. The pyramid trading point on the weekly would have had you in at 260. We're at 285 and then ended with a very bearish long wick and a bearish bar here. So kind of like on that other one I was showing Stuart, when you have that setup and a bearish situation here, if we take out the low of this week's bar, then we could be going into a correction. So more highs are coming. The question is, are we going to fill this gap in the daily chart before we go higher? So since it's heading down, I mean, these are bearish price bars. Since we're heading down, the way I would do this is, again, if you wanted to draw in something like that and a break above here, you can go long. That's called a bull flag. Otherwise, let it get down further, all right, and see if we get a turnaround down here in the gap. So I would hold off on that for now, okay? All right, let's take a look at your next one, CLF. Okay, CLF up 34%, and it looks pretty good again. All right, so long term, I think you can hold it. We're bouncing off a bottom. We got a green PTF. Things are looking really good. You got a nice pyramid here with a stop at 920, 914-ish. Well, let me give you that exactly. On the weekly chart, where is my, hold on one second. Let's see the data box. I'm going to move that off to the other symbol here. All right, so let's see. You got a low of 930. So a stop at around 928 or something would be okay. And if you wanted a really shorter term stop, that would be down here at around 1094. So you've had 1, 2, 3, 4 pyramids in a row. Okay. So after 4 pyramids, the trend is considered mature. But then let's look at some other things to confirm that. We have bearish divergence, okay, here and here. All right, so at this particular point, are you a long-term investor of CLF and can endure a pullback because it's coming? Or are you a trader? A trader would look at this, draw a trend line here like this, which is a wedge. Now you got a wedge here. All right, and get out if it dips below here, or get out below the pyramid, fractal bottom. Okay, that's what a trader would do. A long-term investor would say, okay, I'm in this for the long haul. All right, I'm trying to get way the hell up here above 32. It may take a year or two to get there. I don't care. All right, so therefore, I'm not going to worry about a pullback. All right, so it all depends on your mindset and what you're trying to do with that. Okay, let's take a look at VDE for your next one for a potential buy on this one. These are great. All right, so let's see, make sure I type that in. Too many E's in that, right? VDE. There you go. All right, so potential buy all along. Okay, so we've had quite a, wow, look at that on the weekly chart. So we've had quite a consolidation that's really began here back in November of 22, okay? Look at that, wow. All right, so that's a range, right? So from a weekly standpoint, we're still technically in the range, right? We've had a green PTF pretty much since April of 2024. So eventually this thing should pop out and go there. We've had 1, 2, 3 points. So we're getting pretty mature in the channel, right? So we probably should wait to see if this stays in the channel or not, okay? Again, a strategy here based off price action is when you have a channel, do not go in on the middle of the channel. If you're going to buy and sell the range, because most breakouts fail until you get to about the 4-point situation. Most breakouts fail. So you would be buying and selling when it gets to the edges of this channel. And there, you know, that's what you're seeing on the pyramids here. So your stop would be if you bought here at the edge, we could buy on this pyramid here, your stop would be here. That's how you could use the daily charts with the weekly charts and the art software. And price action. Okay, so this is the kind of stuff, again, we're going to cover in the course. I keep pushing the course because I got to tell you, it's going to help you a lot. It will help give you an edge no matter what strategy you use or software you use. It will help you. So it's important. Okay, so that is that one. All right, and so basically what I would do is stay away from that for a while. We got to see if it's going to break out. Eventually it will, but for years it hasn't. Okay, and play for the past years was basically buying and selling the range. All right, anything else? Going once, going twice. Quick session today, right? All right. So I think that's it. All right. So it looks like the one for today is TSSI, okay? On the watch list is PDYN. So keep those, let's bring that one back for next week, okay? And in the meantime, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you back here next week. And thanks so much for coming. And I'll put a little music on, and then we'll go ahead and close the room. Have a great one, everybody, and take care. Ed, on the course, Ed's asking, has the course been scheduled? It has, okay? And we're sending out an email real soon on that, okay? So just keep an eye on your inbox. And also, Gene put up a link for our Discord, okay? So there you have it. Definitely come to Discord. Discord's a great place because you can come and actually post pictures of your chart. So if you made a great trade or you have a question, go there. All right. It's kind of like a really enhanced blog. And we love to have the participation. All right. Thank you, Ed. Thanks very much for coming. And yeah, good day today. Thank you so much. All right. So I'll see you guys next week. And Alexander, thank you as well for being here.